Welcome to our November 20th, 2025 school board meeting. Would you please join me for a moment of silence? Thank you. Would you join us for the pledge?
Middle school. Hunsicker, Alex Lugo, Owens Bully, and Kelly Johnson.
Next, we have approval of the agenda. I need to make an addition under 4C. White Bluff Elementary School change order. And I want to remove policy 6.312 under 5B.
Which one, please?
6.312.
Thank you.
Move to approve as amended.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as amended. Any other discussion? Vote, please.
Yes.
All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have approval of the minutes from previous meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from previous meeting. Any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have public comment on actionable items. No one assigned. Thank you. Next, we have recognitions.
Madam Chair, we have many recognitions tonight. And so I would like to call first our staff recognition. Is Miss Kimberly Ladd from ESS here tonight? Miss Kimberly? I would like to recognize a sub from Dickson Middle School, Miss Martha Toskewski. And I apologize about that last name. Could you pronounce that for me, please?
Chuck.
Okay. That's a beautiful last name, and I apologize that I did not do that very well. Would you come forward, please?
Sure.
First of all, we thank you for your service, and thank you for being a worker. Can I get Kimberly up here? And Misty, would you come up and Miss Melinda and take a picture, please, and hand your camera off to Miss Andrea Bobian. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
would like to recognize a student from Dickson County High School, Aldo Marino. If you are here, would you come forward, please? Dr. Marvin, would you come forward? And Mr. Holly, would you come forward? First of all, I am so proud of you. Have a turn around and tell this crowd what you did.
I was minding my own business at the Dollar Tree getting some last minute stuff for a costume, and I seen this guy in the corner of my eye, and I see looks a little off. I see nothing of it go on today, and as I'm walking, I see him fall into the you know, and I see the shot. I was like, oh man! And he starts seizing out on the floor. He has trembles in his hands, and luckily we just went over assessments in my EMT class at Creekwood. And I was like, okay, I know what to do. Let me do it. I practiced it. I put him into faller's position, sitting up straight where he can have a better chance breathing everything out. I checked for like stimuli, make sure he can wiggle his legs, all that stuff. He couldn't speak at the time. He could only respond in it sounded like Jeff. I don't know. So we started getting the move. We had someone call the ambulance, and as we went through with everything, he started, gaining more consciousness, stopped the trembles, and luckily he seemed to be okay. But we still sent him to the hospital just to be safe and get him fully checked out and be aware. Though I thought at first it was a drug, like induced seizure. They told me that he had a medical history in the past, so luckily it was nothing like drug related, and just something that he struggles with himself and that he can hopefully fix in the future.
Just a little bit about your that you're Dickson County High School student, and he goes to Creekwood to take this class that's working through Columbia State, and what you'll be certified to do afterward.
So every morning I go to Columbia, Creekwood. I go to Creekwood every morning for about 3 hours, and we get all of our information, like how to do CPR, or how to ventilate a patient that can't breathe, or say someone has an arm that's cut off, how to cut off the circulation, and wait for somebody else to get over here and fix that up for us. Once I'm done with this program, I will do clinicals. I have to get 96 hours done by the end of this next coming semester. And we will have our EMT license, EMTB, which will let us start off making $50K a year. It's taught right out of high school, setting up, and we'll be able to graduate 5 days after graduating high school.
This is the first year that we've allowed Dickson County High School students to go over to Creekwood. So we've opened that pipeline.
They have the ambulance simulator at
Yes.
Creekwood, and so they have all of the equipment there, and that is something that Ms. Heather Bradley works through Columbia State to do to get them certified.
Thank you. Thank you. Is Creekwood volleyball in the house? If you are, come forward, please. Is Coach Jeremy Baker? I see him. Coach Baker and I'm so proud of this team. I got the privilege of going to Murfreesboro to see these young ladies play. Coach Baker, great coach. Great coach. You have these ladies playing very well as a team, and kudos to you for playing as a team. So tell this audience what place you got.
Got third place in the state tournament for class 2A Division 1 volleyball. Excited for that.
Congratulations. Say something. You know what? They are at Opryland Hotel having a good time, aren't they? Thank you, ladies. Do we have Charlotte Middle School Tigers in the house? Come on up. Charlotte Middle School Tigers are third in the state in their division. Thank you. Great job. This is Miss Sloan Williams, great coach, and I'm proud of your ladies. Good job. Is Dickson County High School volleyball team in the house? Coach Kaiser. Let's talk about your championship. Turn around to this crowd. Who's going to be the spokesperson? Let them know why you're here tonight.
Today.
Congratulations. Lady Cougars golf team. If you're in the house, come forward, please. So we have Lady Cougars golf team. Poppy, raise your hand and wave at everyone. Golf champion. And these ladies placed third. So congratulations to you and the work that you're doing and how you represent Dickson County. Thanks, Coach. It's a great team. So Poppy is the state champion. So you represent us well too, Poppy. So thank you. I know that for these ladies, there's a bright future for all of you. So keep up the good work. Okay.
Thank
you. And our very own Sarah Potter, who could not be with us tonight. But Sarah has finished, this is her fourth sectional championship on the cross country. I couldn't think of that cross country team. And so we are so proud of Sarah. And I think Sarah just signed with Tennessee Tech. And that's where she will run. That's where my daughter is. So, certificate. And then one last, our board challenged me. My first year here, we saw at a conference different districts receiving awards from the coordinated school health. And I thought, I'll take that challenge. And so, Mary Morrow, would you come forward, please? Because I'm going to give you a shout out. The work that you do, and I think you're a part of this, Dr. Bishop, but working together, we received a $5,000 check because of you leading this work in the coordinated school health. So we got ready.
Can Mary hold that check up for us to see?
Mary, would you hold that check up? And then can I get Mr. Haley and Mr. Parker, would you take a quick picture with her? And then at the end, we'll get one with all the board members for the paper. So, Mary, thank you for leading that work for this district.
Are we?
Make it Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have student board representatives. We have Miss Anna Grace.
Good evening, everyone. So November has been an exciting month at Creekwood High School filled with academic achievements, community involvement, and outstanding student accomplishments across every department. Our annual Harvest at the Wood event was a wonderful success, raising over $1,000 to support charities in need. We are incredibly proud of our students and community for coming together to make such a meaningful impact. 54 seniors had an amazing opportunity to tour Austin Peay with our JTG class, where they explored a wide range of post-secondary programs and learned more about majors, housing, campus culture, and student life. This trip helped many seniors gain clarity about their plans after graduation. On Tuesday, 42 students attended a unique networking trip at the Omni Hotel in Nashville. There, they interacted with more than 30 business professionals across a variety of career fields. This experience allowed our JAG Tennessee students to practice real-world communication skills, ask questions, and form meaningful connections. Our Red Hawk football team advanced to the first round of playoffs, wrapping up a strong competitive season. The basketball season is off to a great start as well. Both the boys and girls teams opened with victories against Sycamore High School. Parent-teacher conferences on November 3rd saw an excellent turnout. We appreciate our family's commitment to staying engaged and supporting their students' success. All seniors participated in our ACT Prep Day, Hocus Focus, on October 31st. Students spent the day reviewing tested content areas and building effective test-taking strategies. Seniors then took the ACT on November 4th, and preliminary results show remarkable growth across the board. CWHS Performing Arts Department has seen their largest turnout over the past 3 years for their fall play this year, Clue. They are currently gearing up for their spring musical, Disney's Descendants. They will open up on March 13th, and our seniors will take their final bow on March 22nd. On November 11th, Creekwood proudly held our Veterans Day program to honor the men and women who have served our country. The ceremony featured performances from our jazz band, rock band, concert band, and choir. Miss Sadie Parker performed our national anthem, and we appreciate having Sergeant Major be our guest speaker. Our Creekwood bowling program continues to grow, now boasting a record number of rostered bowlers, following last year's successful season. Although many starters have graduated, both teams are building momentum. Our boys team is currently undefeated and are preparing several bowlers for the Region 6 individual qualifiers tomorrow. Our girls team is working very hard, with standout Riley Akins earning the top qualifying spot as the Region 6 medalist. She will now advance to the TSSAA state individuals in January. Additionally, Abe Monosmith, Peter Lopez, and Riley Akins have earned top placements in junior gold and Storm Youth Championship tournaments. With the district tournament approaching, hopes are high for another strong postseason run. Creekwood had the opportunity to host Middle Tennessee leadership with over 40 guests touring our campus. Visitors explored 2 of our health science classrooms and watched presentations from our EMT students, including demonstrations of the ambulance simulator, the Lucas 3 device, and the power stretcher. Guests also observed our anatomage table in action, used across our anatomy, medical therapy, and medical therapeutics, as well as our clinical classes. On November 13th, we held our first annual community care night, welcoming over 30 families. The evening provided resources, support, and activities designed to strengthen school and community connections. We are excited to grow this event in the years to come. 11 hosting members completed their regional testing on Tuesday, November 18th. Results will be released December 5th, and we are proud of their dedication. We look forward to cheering them on at the state competition. Yesterday, several of our Skills USA members competed at the Tennessee Midwest Regional Competition. We wanted to congratulate each of those students who participated. For crime scene investigation, criminal justice students Dixie Carruthers, Maya Harvey, and Morgan Whitehead placed 2nd overall. Our welders Kenny Sensing placed 5th, and Single and White Dawson and Boone Roney and Gage Getz placed 2nd in welding fabrication. Mechatronics student Brady Goddard placed 4th in automotive maintenance and light repairs. Our construction competition had a tough lineup and fell only a few points short to qualify there. Overall, 17 schools were represented at the competition that day by placing. Each of these students have now qualified to move on to the state competition in Chattanooga. Our CWHS Fiber Arts Club is currently working on winter hats. Completed hats will be given to a local organization that works with the unhoused population in Dickson County. Today, over 100 Redhawks traveled to the Opryland Hotel and Convention Center to participate in the Tennessee Senior Beta Convention. Students are competing in many different categories, some including apparel design, biomedical health sciences, fiber arts, and we even have a student performing a solo on the piano. We also want to wish Reese Kelso the best of luck in his campaign for Tennessee Senior Beta Vice President. His campaign theme, Reese for the Stars, is already shining brightly. And I do apologize for not being able to stay for the entire meeting tonight, but I will be going back to the Beta Convention to support Reese. So everyone, please remember to Reese for the Stars.
Thank you, and be careful in your travels to Nashville.
Next, we have staff report recommendations. Anything in the end?
No.
Finance.
Finance. Before I look at the monthly finances, I do want to give the board, County Commission approved the $281,156.22 to get out of the fund balance for the Burns Middle School HVAC for the 12 units. So I did want to share that. As you see, revenues and expenditures are up. Property tax and sales tax are up. Expenditures, utilities are up. Diesel fuel and gasoline are down. And this is for Mr. Chadwick. We are purchasing gas at $1.90 a gallon and $2.55 a gallon for diesel. Are there any questions in regards to that?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the monthly financial report for all funds. Any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have maintenance. White Bluff Elementary School change order, Mr. Hall.
Board members, I received an email from Lane Lyle requesting a change order in the roof project at White Bluff. Part of the issue is they got some material for what do you call it, Gerald?
Vertical panel.
Vertical panels were short based on the thickness of the new material that they put on there, plus all the foam that they had to spray on there. So that caused the panels to be short when you try to get the rounding off of it. So anyway, there's contingency money in the contract. It's not going to cost us any more money. They've also recommended, the roofing company, and Mr. Lyle agrees, the wells that the air conditioning units sit in, we had proved they're just block walls that are painted. The roofing company is now recommending that they roof those and make them waterproof, and that will do a good job. I mean, be better than just having to paint them and expose the elements and maintain them from that standpoint. So the change order, it just has a belt and suspenders issue because we're adding days to the contract. We're not adding any more money to the contract. It's just days. So I wanted to bring it back to the board to approve the change order. It would be an addition of 66 days. And Mr. Lyle's recommending the change. And I've reviewed it. It's a standard AIA change order document, and it's fine for subject to the board's approval too. And happy to answer any questions or refer them to Mr. Clifton if I can't answer them. So.
Do a motion to approve, open it up for question.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the change order. Any discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Hall.
Thank you.
Next, we have Human Resources.
For the month of October, you see we had 0 retirements, 11 resignations, no non-renewals. You see leaves of absences, hires, transfers, assignments, and reassignments. For October, are there any questions? Still?
I think it's the 8th grade math teacher. Has that position been filled? Or maybe that was one that was hired.
I think it may be the William James Middle School 7th grade math teacher interviewing applicants this week. So
Okay,
we should
thank
know
you.
something. Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? Next, we have the employment report.
Okay, this is the employment report for September. Are there any questions in regards to this document?
We'll move to student services, field trips.
We have several field trips, and you will hear that some of these will be taken in January, but they wanted to get a jump on getting these approved. We have Dickson County High School dance team. February the 5th will be in Orlando, Florida. Creekwood. Let's see, CTE, December the 3rd through the 7th, they are going to Washington, D.C. Dickson County High School ag team will go to a swine show at Tennessee Tech, January the 8th through the 10th. Dickson County High School National High School cheerleading competition in Orlando, Florida, January 29th through February the 2nd. Creekwood High School cheerleading national competition, January 28th through February the 2nd in Orlando, Florida. Dickson Middle School Junior Beta Convention, Opryland Hotel, November the 23rd through November 25th. Dickson County High School Drama will head to MTSU January the 16th through the 17th. Creekwood High School CTE will head to Washington, D.C. And then Burns Middle will head to Gatlinburg December the 5th through December the 7th. Cheer competition and Dickson Middle School cheer competition will head to Orlando, Florida, January the 29th through February the 2nd.
Great opportunities for these kids. I move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve field trips. Do we have any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have under administration, second read policies.
We have policies that were approved last month on first read. There have been no changes since they were approved on first read.
I'll make a motion to approve 4.601 and 3.204 together on the second read.
We have a motion and a second to approve second read for policies 4.601 and 3.204. Do we have any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Next, we have first read policies.
First policy under first read is 4.403 library materials. There have been no change since the planning session a couple of weeks ago. But as a reminder, the policy is just being updated to reflect the current law around library materials.
Move to approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve on first read policy 4.403. Do we have any other discussion? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Next, we have 4.406.
Use of the internet. This policy is being updated again to reflect current law. Our current technology director, Ms. Taylor Fuller, reviewed it as approved what's in the language.
Move to approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve policy 4.406. Do we have any other discussion? Vote, please.
Ms. Brogdon, yes. Mr. Chadwick, yes. Mr. Haley, yes. Ms. Lampley, yes. Mr. Parker, no. Ms. Thiel, yes.
Oh, I hit the wrong button if I was a no. I meant to be yes on that. It's okay. It passed.
Motion carried.
No extra work on it.
Now you say that.
But I definitely.
I'll change you to yes.
It's fine. That was definitely the wrong button. I guess that's why they asked you the second time, and you should read it and make sure it's confirmed. I'll start doing that.
Okay, next we have 5.119.
Employment of retirees. In the last legislative session, the law changed slightly around how school districts could re-employ retired. So we're just updating our policy to reflect that. Changes have been made since the.
I just have a question about the where it's the hardship, hard to fill positions. Would you explain that section more to me? Because I got concerned when we were talking about 70% of what could be paid, that like on line 25 of page 2.
Yes.
Is that state law as well? So
That is the law concerning what retired folks can draw from TCRS and be paid in addition to that. So that is state law.
okay, thank you, sir.
I'll move to approve.
We have a motion and a second to approve 5.119. Discussion, yes, Ms. Lampley, you're fine.
So how does this affect current?
When
does it go into effect?
Our procedures around re-employing retired teachers was changed this past summer to reflect the law. So we're not changing anything currently.
Okay, so it's already
Just
happened.
changing the policy to reflect that.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Can you pause one moment, please?
Mr. Haley? Yeah.
I'm good, thank you.
Any other questions? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Next, we have 6.304.
is student discrimination, harassment, bullying, cyberbullying, and intimidation. The changes reflected in yellow. No changes have been made since the planning session. This has been updated to the current PSBA model policy. The change in law that prompted this change in policy was included in anti-Semitism as a specific form of
Move to approve.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second to approve policy 6.304. Do we have any other discussion or questions? Vote, please.
All ayes.
Motion carries. Next, we have 6.4031.
and you can see MBOE commit the copy. There are also copies being passed around that those not made it to the end yet. But our proposal and this is to add bed bugs to our policy that deals with bed lice, and so that both are treated in the same manner by the school district. We contacted TSBA. They do not have a model policy concerning bed bugs, but they did share a policy from a couple of other districts that tie bed bugs and lice together.
Madam Chair, I'd like to see this put through a work session. The rest of them have been to a work session, but this one has not, has it?
It has not, but I was going to ask the board to pass this on one reading because of the emergent nature of the policy.
Okay, just on the first read?
Yes.
Okay. I can do that.
I mean, we can amend it later, but we need to pass this on first reading if at all possible tonight.
But we'll have a second read after a work session though, right? It'll still go through a work session before then.
No, I'm asking to.
You want to pass it on first and second tonight?
I want to pass it on first and second tonight.
And then we can bring it back on first next month if we want to. But
There are situations that necessitate the emergent nature of this passage.
Do we need to vote to pass that on? Would the motion have to be?
Yeah, the
passed
motion
on
would
first
have
read?
to suspend
Mhm.
and pass on first and second reads for tonight.
Well, could under line 14, the treatment and prevention procedures, could that include the bed bugs at the discretion of the director of schools without us having to do that tonight?
It cannot, no.
Okay, thank you.
Question. Go
Because
ahead.
the current policy only deals with life. We're amending the policy to add bed bugs to it.
No, 2021-22, and it talks about they only have 2 days. Is that sufficient for bed bugs? Except it's
it's done.
so it's sort of addressing treatment for the student, but not the home. I guess
Well, yeah.
it'd be hard to do the home too.
If you look at lines 11 and 12, it does address the license exterminator, which would be.
I guess everybody knows how to treat lice, from the homemade remedies to the things you buy on the store, or go to the lice place where they pick them out individual. Are we forcing people to take action on treatment maybe they know. I guess I don't know nothing about
I
it.
think
But
we're forced from show proof. That's what I'm reading. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is 2 days sufficient for an license?
Well, I think you read the policy in descending order, and so if it has, then we can suspend pending. Prior to readmission, satisfactory evidence must be submitted to school personnel if the student has been treated. And one of the ways, as I understand it, and we may have to ask Ms. Morrow to jump in here, but one of the ways that you treat a bed bug infestation is extermination in the home. And so that would be one of the ways satisfactory to public health officials that you treat that.
And Mr. Parker's question around the families know how to treat this. One example of how they can get support is through DCS, and not the branch of DCS that comes in and removes kids from homes, but the branch of DCS that supports families around how to treat things like this. There are 2 different branches, and one of them supports families, and one of them goes in to investigate and possibly remove children.
And I will say heat from a dryer also kills bed bugs, and so that's one way that we are doing in the school setting is.
And I'm just questioning, we're saying after 2 days, it's going to be unexcused absence. Are we confident 2 days gives the family time for whatever procedures we're outlining with a licensed exterminator? Can they get there and do the home within 2 days?
So the way that our procedure is currently written is that the students will come to school and they will change clothes and we will dry their clothes. So the parents will provide us extra clothes that we pre-treat, right?
Okay.
And then so they would change clothes at school. So at that point, we would dry their current clothes and there would be no, the student would be safe to return to school because there wouldn't be any altered person. So that 2 days gives us time to collect additional belongings and dry those belongings to have them ready for the student to come back to school.
And it is an or. I see that. So that's an or statement there.
Ms. Lampley, we could make some more subjectivity into that last sentence, I guess,
One of the policies TSBA shared mimics ours, this proposal, and one gives up to 5 days for it. So, policy with
I think, from my position, I think we chose the 2 day thing so as to put some urgency into the people that might be dealing with the student.
That makes sense.
Rather than waiting the full 5, and that's why we included the or in line 11.
Yeah, I think with the or, with what you're describing. Do we need any language that addresses if it continues? I mean, how many, you see what I'm getting at? Do we need language that addresses if in 2 weeks we're still having to do that process? Or are we saying we may take on that responsibility indefinitely to keep cleaning? You know, so I'm trying to ask, are we trying to say the families have to?
Ms. Mario and I had that same discussion this afternoon about, oftentimes this takes more than one treatment. And so it is an ongoing issue. And we felt like the policy, but you all may disagree, allows us to continue it if we need to, beyond 2 days. And that would be at, the nurse's discretion on if action is being taken to address the situation or not.
That would be a second event, though, at that point, too, which will allow the same.
The same 2 days
right.
again.
Right. Okay.
Madam Chair, I'll defer.
Ms. Thiel.
Can you explain to me, Mr. Hall, again, where we're talking about the or? Because I see the or up at the top, and I am concerned, like Ms. Lampley, on line 20 and 21, where it just says the 2 days, the way that's written. Can you help me understand why it can, what I'm hearing you say is that it can be more than 2 days because of the or.
Line A, prior to readmission, satisfactory evidence must be submitted to school personnel that the student has been treated. This evidence may include but not be limited to, and then we have the number one sentence, or satisfactory examination by a school health official. And so there's the satisfactory examination by a school health official, which then gets us down to line 20. A student shall be expected to have met all requirements for treatment and return to school no later than the 2 days following the exclusion. But the exclusion doesn't end until satisfactory submission or satisfactory evidence is presented to the school health official.
So I am concerned.
But it's
about
not
the
unexcused at that point. After they say, yes, you treated this, then it's 2 days to get back in school. It's not you're unexcused because you haven't treated this. You haven't treated this. Your parent hasn't treated this, and you're not allowed to be in school. So that's not an unexcused absence. That's you're not allowed to come to school. Once they've said they've treated it and you're not here within 2 days, then it is an unexcused absence. And that puts some fire or impetus, I think, into the parent to do something. And like I say, we can add some language that allows for some discretion in the,
Since it's following exclusion, it makes a lot more sense that way too.
right.
The one risk I see is satisfactory examination is not really defined. So we're kind of responding to what you just described, but it's not really defined here. So again, if satisfactory becomes, oh, you have to have treated your home and not have them anymore, then that 2 days is not reasonable. So I don't know.
Satisfactory examination is if you don't treat to have the school nurse staff verify that you're okay to be in school. It's an or. Treatment, that's an exclusion. Correct there, Mr. Hall?
Yeah.
I just want to give an example just to make sure I'm understanding. Let's just say we find a kid with bed bugs on a Monday, and we're going to send him home on Monday, and we'll have to talk to his parents on Tuesday and call DCS and try to get them to use their free services to help the family treat. And then let's say that happens on Wednesday. So we treated on Wednesday. Once treated, now the kid has 2 days to come back so he can actually miss the whole week of school, because that would be Thursday, Friday, and he returns back on Monday after the treatment on Wednesday. Is that an accurate time frame that I'm thinking of in my head, or no?
No.
Okay.
First of all, I think the way it happens, and I'll let Ms. Morrow correct me if I'm wrong, or Dr. Winstead, either one, we determine that the child has bed bugs, and we call the parents and say, child has bed bugs, here's what we do. Get us these clothes so that we can do this, and in the meantime, you need to go do this. And so they got 2 days to get us all those clothes and do all that. If they don't, then it can be an unexcused absence. Do I have that right?
Yes, so I'm going to use those lice as an example. So we find lice in a child's head. We call the parent. We give them the head lice tips for children. We can call in Natroba if necessary. They go home. They get that day and the next day to be like an excused absence per the board policy, so that they need to go home and get that treated. And then on the day that they return, we examine their head to make sure there's no bugs. So that would be, in that example, a satisfactory examination by a health official. So there's no bugs in their hair at that current moment. They're allowed to return to school. So in the bed bug situation, we find bed bugs, we have them go home. And so what we would give them, we're going to draft a bed bug tips for parents. And so it basically just says that you need to provide us clothing so that we can treat it, and then it explains the whole, they have to come in and change clothes and that we will be drying their clothes and that kind of thing. And then that gives them a couple of days to gather the clothing for us to get them dried. And then they would return to school and do the clothing changes every day until the home is deemed. Like they wouldn't be examined in the mornings to make sure and change clothes to make sure that they don't have, and they also don't bring their backpacks home, things like that.
So it's not tied to the parents getting the home treated because the child's coming to school and you're treating the clothes.
Dr. Sutherland, you recommend this policy, these changes?
I do.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules to address this policy on first and second read.
Second.
We have a motion to suspend the rules. We have a first and a second. Do we have any other discussion? Vote, please. Is that what we're voting on? Is that how that needs to be worded? Ask Alan. Okay.
That was just that we're suspending the rules. That was
why-
not on the policy.
That was just to suspend the rules to allow for a second. I called it the last second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All ayes.
I'm trying to make a motion that we pass policy 6.4031 on first and second read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve policy 6.4031 on first and second read. Any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes.
Motion to return to regular session.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to return to regular session.
Our little time and say she does that with such grace and a smile. We will survive last minute for sure. Thank you, Ms. Mary.
All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have TISA accountability report.
There have only been a few changes to this since the planning session, and all of those changes were grammatical errors that were found and corrected. There have been no changes to the content of the report since the planning session. As a reminder, this report is due by every district in Tennessee around this time each year. It is required to be board approved. And then we submit the minutes of the board meeting showing that it was approved. This is just an update to how we spent TISA funds last year to address our academic goals that we have as a school district.
One question. It says this is out for public comment and we didn't get any. How do we notify folks it's there for public?
So we posted it on our website and provided an email address for them to provide feedback if they had any. That email address was not mine, but it was forwarded to my email address, and we did not ever receive any.
But we don't tell anybody it's there.
I don't think we sent out an all call letting people know that it was there. No, ma'am.
I think that's kind of how every time we do like a calendar and stuff, it's always posted on our website for people to comment. Sometimes they do on
On the calendar.
or something,
We definitely got a lot of feedback last year on the calendar.
want something like that, but it's on there to, I guess you kind of got to want to look at it, I guess, to see it, but it seems like people do usually look to get the calendar, and I guess we've done this for a couple of years, and if they wanted to, or interested in it, you think they would have looked at it, commented on it,
Usually I'm asking, how would they know October 21st, 28th it's out there?
Next year, we can send out an email letting parents know or the community know.
I can send out a through share.
Make a motion, we approve the TISA calendar report as required.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the TISA accountability report. Do we have any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have LEA compliance report.
There was a slight update to this since the planning session, just based on the discussion that you all had at that planning session.
What's the update?
It's that we, for the vast majority of students, receive more than what the law requires related to physical education.
Motion to approve the LEA compliance report is required.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the LEA compliance report. Any other discussion? Mr. Parker?
The only thing I struggle with, I understand we have to approve this for the state, right? Am I saying that right? I don't want to say that I'm approving that I feel like it's okay that we're not abiding by it.
All we're doing, and we're not even saying that by writing the report, we're just saying this is what's currently happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that we're approving this. I don't want to say that I'm approving that I'm okay with us not abiding by it,
Correct.
because I think we can, and I think we should in the future at whatever cost, because that's what we need to do. But
Yes,
It's your knowledge of it.
yeah,
that's, like I said, that's not even us saying that we're okay with it, because that we're acknowledging this is what's happening right now.
thank you.
Any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Next, we have director's report.
Madam Chair, we have one thing that I would like to share with you. I asked Mr. Derek Norman's team to put together programs of study for our CTE programs. At a glance, you can see what we have for Creekwood and Dickson County. And so I've received some feedback that this is a great form at a glance to look at. And of course, we hope to build our programs, but this will be something that we will give our parents at the middle school when students start filling out their high school pathway. So I appreciate Mr. Derek Norman and his team for getting this document together for us. Lots of things have been happening as you see this first semester of school, and it's hard to believe that the first semester is almost over. We want to recognize the schools for wonderful veterans programs that we had. I had the opportunity with Dr. Thiel and Miss Ernestine Adams to go up to Dickson County High School. So impressive. Just the program and how the students behaved and were very respectful, and the knowledge that they learned that why do we have Veterans Day? And so great program. I know that some of you went out to some of the schools to see the programs, and we appreciate that. I know that one of the things I asked the directors and folks in this office was to get out and go see those programs. And they came back. I have a lot of pictures on my phone that you're going to receive some of those in tomorrow's communication, but really good programs and acknowledging those who have served and are currently serving today, and we thank them. We've had principals in the house, and we are talking about their rubric, administrative rubric. We had a really good discussion on what does culture and communication look like within your schools. And that's always a good time to get together with my colleagues. If you're an educator, you're my colleague, but we're talking about how do we get better at our service to our students and our families. So it was really great communication, great conversations on how we get better. There was something else, but it has slipped my mind, but just the work. We're going into a great time of year, Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for each of you. I'm thankful for those out in the audience. I'm thankful for our students and our teachers and our families, for especially our families who entrust their greatest asset with us. And so as we move into this time of year, we're always thankful, but it just heightens that this time of year. Let's all be thankful for what we have. So that's it.
Next, we have comments by DCEA.
As we celebrate American Education Week, we honor the incredible teamwork that happens in our schools every single day. From teachers and education support professionals to counselors, nurses, and bus drivers, every role matters. Together, we create the foundation that allows our students to thrive and our community to grow stronger. Here in Dickson County Schools, we share a common goal. We want to make our district the best place in which to teach, live, and learn. That means ensuring our educators have the tools, time, and trust they need to do their best work, and that every student has the opportunity to reach their fullest potential. During this American Education Week, we take stock of what unites us. A belief that every educator's voice matters, a commitment to ensure every student benefits, and a shared vision that every community grows stronger when we invest in our public schools. As your local association, we are proud to partner with the district to advance that vision. That is why we're honored to be working with the district office collaboration team towards our mutual collaborative conference and goals. The data from the 2025 Tennessee Educator Survey overwhelmingly shows that Dickson County teachers love their schools, love their students, and find value in the work that they do here every day. But we also know there's more work. Our call to action tonight is simple. Let's continue building. Let's strengthen educator voice in decision-making, prioritize policies that lift up teaching and learning, and celebrate the incredible professionals who make our schools. Thank you for your continued support of our students, our educators, and our shared vision.
Thank you. Next, we have comments by board members.
You go ahead, Bill.
I went to Dickson Middle for the Veterans Day program, and it was an awesome program, and I told Dr. Lee's staff.
Thank you for sharing that.
So,
Thank you, Mr. Chadwick.
I was so proud of the young man that told his story, and I'm proud that he's had the opportunity to take a class in our system that was able to help the man that was in need. So I think that's something for us all to be very proud of, that we offer those classes. And at the conference that we just attended last week, that's one of the things that we learned, is that as school board members, working with the administration, with the teachers and everyone, that we've got to do education perhaps a little different. And sometimes that might mean busing a student from one school to the other, or it could mean a lot of different things. But I think that's something that we could all be proud of. Dr. Sutherland, I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
I was very honored that we got this award, but there was one above that. And I always like for us to be the best. And I know you always want us to be the best. So I just challenge you, when we go next year, let's get that larger sum of money.
Except the 10.
Where's the money?
Miss Thiel, I'll accept that challenge. And I have to say, Dr. Marvin, Derek Norman, they're working very well together, and you're going to see even greater things happen in Dickson with our high schools. So I appreciate both of them and the work that they're doing together.
Any other comment? I'm always a little random, whatever's just in my mind. But I attended Stuart Burns Elementary's Veterans Day, and it was lovely. And then looking through the field trips, our JAG kids are going to tour of the Pentagon.
Yes.
Do they need a chaperone?
Well,
that was pretty awesome.
Get behind Lucas and me, because we were talking about that today. I said, Lucas, we need to go on one of these trips. So.
But I thank you all for all the little nuggets we discover of the ways you're making opportunities for our kids. Yeah.
I do want to thank everyone that came tonight for the board meeting. I know that you could have stayed home and had popcorn or something else, but thank you for being here. We do value you. Thank you.
Make sure you note the upcoming meetings that are on the agenda. Monday, November 24th, we have long range planning here at 6 p.m. Planning session December the 4th at Creekwood High School at 6 p.m. and our regular board meeting in December will be December the 18th.
The year's gone.
I know.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn without comments.
No.
It was on, it's just. I think she just believed.
No, I think, oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought it was folded. Lovely surprise. Yes.
Yeah.